Hello beautiful people, I have someone special with me today. Yes, I have my baby brother.
Not so big.
He's a grown man. You're done school. Welcome to my channel, and I'm glad to have you here. It took us some calculating to get you on here, but yeah, you really are. You really are, and I'm so glad to tell us about yourself and anything else you want us to know.
Okay, my name is Joshua. About to finish university.
Yay!
Computer science. What else? What else? I enjoy basketball, football. I write code from time to time, and I enjoy
all your hobbies.
A lot of them, all of them. I enjoy all of them.
Yes, I'm glad to have you here today. Just so you know what we're talking about, I don't just throw you into the lion's den like that.
Me being here already.
So you're about to graduate university.
Yeah.
We'll talk about following Christ, navigating life, carrying your dreams, talking about grief, how you move through that, and because we've been through a tough year, right? Last year was phenomenal, and we made it through. But what that taught you, and also, you know, how you started school and now you're graduating, like the process. Just so I give you more context. My audience are people navigating life and want more out of it. But I also wanted to bring you on here to see a different perspective. I see things differently. You see things differently from your generation. I love when we talk. We find out random things about the Bible and stuff like that. But I feel like your perspective is very much needed to an audience. I would say congregation, like we're in church, but to an audience that might be looking for more and want to see what you have to share. Because honestly, sometimes when I sit down and talk to you, I'm like, man, this boy is smart. So that's basically it. I'll just ask a few questions of you, and then wherever you feel like you want to talk or share more on something, you can always just like how you always do. Just this camera, that's all. Let me start with this one. Looking back, when you were 18, when you started university, did you start university at 18? Or when you started university, what were you expecting life to feel like then, and what does it feel like now?
At 18, going into university, the only thing that was really hammered into my head was go to school, get first class, hit the ground running, don't play with your first semester, do everything right. And long before then, everybody in the house was always saying you have some sort of freedom, so nobody's going to ring the bell or tell you what to do, as opposed to secondary school where there's a bell at every point in time. Going into university, the main thing I was expecting was the freedom that I would be responsible for what I would go out to do. I'll have time for myself, have time to do whatever I want to do. But I didn't really have much expectation, because I knew it was not like a High School Musical where you be dancing and all of that. Everybody around me would say, okay, Omo, it's not easy, TDB, all these things and stuff like that. So I knew that as much as I have my freedom, it's my responsibility to get stuff done. If I don't, there's nobody to blame except me. One thing make sure that I do not do is, if I set a bar to you and for you about myself, and you know that, okay, I can do this, and I disappoint, it really gets to me. I didn't want that to happen, especially with my academics. So yeah.
That's nice. When you're talking, I remember that you're a head boy. You're head boy. Like, you've always been someone that sets a bar and go for it. But now that you're graduating into life, like, are there expectations that you have or things like that?
As me and my friends used to say, that those of us that are into programming. You say, I just want the code. I just leave all these academics. I just want the code. But that's more on the lighter note. But actually, I think the one expectation that I have is to set the goals that I want to achieve and then actually achieve them. I know it's not an excuse that, okay, you're in school, you can't do certain things. There are people who actually do that. But I know that I'm not that kind of person. If I'm focused on one thing, is that one thing I want to do. So the time where I can experiment, get stuff done without having to care for somebody, I'm living under my parents' roof. So, I have time to actually focus on building myself. And I think that's the biggest expectation. I'm actually excited about that. But besides that, I know that the world won't be good as
rainbows and sunshine.
Yeah, rainbows and sunshines to say, okay, everything that I want, you get it. So I'm also ready for that.
I would love to see you adulting. I feel like I missed a lot of your high school years because I was away, right? So at least I get to see you actually finish school. When I was away, for context, when I was away, he was entering primary school, and when I came back, like, he's graduating university. That's a long time. That's a very long time. So there are parts of his life that I wasn't involved in, but at least we talk, once in a while. But like for last year forced us all to
make you no bond.
Forced us to bond because we had a sister between us, and she was kind of like our connecting, Yes, mediator, because the distance between us is quite long, it's quite great. I mean, I dated you, so.
It's okay.
But no, that's like to put things in context, right?
True.
Now I'm seeing you become a man. Now I'm going to ask you a question, like with navigating school. There are things that many people did. Why didn't you do it? Like people that slept around, people were smoking, people were drinking, people were failing. Why didn't you do that?
I think I'll attribute it to my upbringing. Like you said, the closest person between myself and everybody in the house at that time was Didi. So everybody else was way older. People always chip in advice, tell you this, tell you that, and actually it takes a village to raise a child. So a lot of it, whether knowingly or unknowingly, I didn't want to disappoint them a lot. But firstly, I also attribute it to God's grace. I honestly do not know why, because the opportunities have come, and I won't even say, I have strong mind or.
I
just tell them at home, I will follow. Please don't even try me. But then the wisdom and the environment I was in also. When I was in school, I was staying with Auntie Mary. As much as she gave me freedom to do the things that I wanted to, she was still there to
guide you.
Do like this, don't do this, so I'm seeing you. So a lot of that helped me to stay in track. Yeah. And also being able to come home and go to church the next Sunday, go back. I know that every weekend, almost every other weekend, I'm going to come home. And if I don't come home, people will call me. But I remember 100 level, I think I went 2 weeks. I had just gone. I came to school. The next week, they started calling me, why are you not coming home? I know that played a huge part. I know that whatever I'm doing, I know I'm coming home. And I don't want to come home with the guilt of doing whatever. I can't even do it. Will I take drugs and come home? People will just find out. So it's just God, and the environment I was in was just strategically placed for me.
You were shielded and covered by the Lord, especially your environment, because environments actually determine a lot of things. I mean, also even your environment, but also you should give yourself some credit, because it takes self-discipline to not do some things.
Actually.
So give yourself some credit. And thank the Lord as well for keeping you safe. So, let's talk about, we touched about Didi, right? I want to talk about how that affected you as well, like your work with God, in your life, in outlook of things. How did losing Daniela change your life? Like, I know we've had a couple of losses in the family, like grandpa, auntie, Shohua, auntie, Pretty, but this is like your elder sister. How did you take it? And you know, I won't say heal from it because it's still the process. Like, I want to hear your own.
Okay, firstly, it was an eye-opener that one, life is not guaranteed. You make plans, okay, I'm going out tomorrow, but you don't know what's happening tomorrow. It was really an eye-opener to me that I need to set my path straight with God. It also took me down a path of trying to understand who God is, why He does what He does, and I stumbled into a lot of things actually. It gave me a kind of mindset that the best thing you can do with yourself is right now. Like, anything I want to do is to do it right now. Pushing won't get the job done. Even if you do have the grace. Yeah, the Bible tells you, okay, you're going to live for so and so. But then it's not the case for everybody. People die. Some people set goals and they don't get to achieve those goals, you know. And people say, okay, I'll do this at this time. If you have the chance to do it, I learned that you better do it now, because you don't know what's going to happen. You might not even die, but just something might just happen that you will never be able to do that thing again. So it made me realize that moments are really what make up who we are. And when things are happening, even though you're not in the mood, you have to involve yourself in those moments, because when you think back, you say, okay, yeah, thank God I was involved in this, or thank God I did this, or thank God I had this conversation, instead of saying what if, or I need closure. With my work, it actually took me to another dimension of who God is, how He behaves with His children, comforting even in the time of death. Then also with career-wise and just a philosophy of life. It's now, you do it now. You might not be feeling it now, but just do it now, because anything can happen.
That's so, wow, that's so mature. This brings me to another question, because were you angry at God? Like, were you sad? Like, because this seems very high level, but very human. What was your human moment? Because this seems very, wow, so big. I'm even trying to grasp it.
Okay, to the lowest level, I didn't know how to feel. I was scared. I was angry. I was not only angry at God. A lot of people, I was angry at them. I was angry at myself. I was upset. There were a lot of emotions. It started to affect me. That period of time I was writing exams, it started to affect me, even to the point that I just encapsulated it to make it seem okay, yeah. But it was almost to me that I knew my mortality is ever present. Me knowing that I can just die.
Yes.
And it started to get to me. And it took a lot of prayers and positive reinforcement from, like I said, the environment that I was in. And the people that are around me too. People were looking like people were handling it so well. So I was like, am I the one that's just a sissy? I need to sit up. I didn't know how to feel. Yes, I was angry at God. Yes, I asked Him a lot of questions. And you know, some people were telling me, no, don't question God, don't. But like, you can't just go through that and not question God.
If you ask me not to question God, let me not find you.
That's why I say it got so real with God. Because, like, why would you do that? Because there are times where I'll sleep and maybe I'll dream something happened to mommy or daddy. But it never crossed my mind that that kind of event can happen to Didi, because she's Didi now, like...
Nobody was like...
It's not going to happen, but it did. And I was like, this thing can happen to anybody. It's not only the old people in the house. It can happen to anybody. The emotions were too many that I couldn't know. Sometimes I'll just sit down and talking to myself. I honestly don't know how I got through that, but well.
And then God helped you. But then I'm going to ask, because like we really went through it last year, because I want to know how you're able to navigate the year. Because like a month after that, that was when mommy got really sick, right? And a few days after mommy became well, then Auntie Paige had a stroke. I don't know why we are laughing, but
if I don't laugh, I go cry.
But like, it was like hell was let loose, right? And I feel like we prayed a lot. We did pray a lot. Like, our house became a house of prayer. We didn't even have a lot of strength to pray because it was like back to back. If it was not every single month that something was going wrong, if not physically, spiritually, mentally, something was always going up. Like, the devil was like, I'm here for you people and I'm going to massacre you, but Mercy said no. And then for my own, like, when it happened, it started like a joke.
And I started like joke. Just said mama sick. I was like, it should be okay.
And then I'll be shouting, people should come and help me and carry me and all of that. But I feel like the thing that was scary was because we had faced death so blatantly, like in almost everybody's situation, that it was like there was also this fear in our house that, please Lord, let this not be another, let's not bury another person. Like, I'm so grateful to God, and I'm whoever you are that prayed for us. Thank you.
Thank you.
God bless you. May your ministry continue to grow forward, and may your life never know any low times, because that's where the power of community comes in, right? And not just even not church in general, but like the work that you do and the people. How did your people like show up for you in that time?
Okay. For my people, can you structure? Is it the people like friends or
people around? Who are your people? I don't want to limit it to just friends. If you choose to mention friends, family, mentors, who are the people that you remember so strongly that helped you through?
Honestly, it was family, because I felt there are people who spoke to me, there are people who I reached out to and they encouraged me. But like I said, I don't know, I think it's the grace of God, but I'm telling you, it was just family. It was how well we would go through all of that, and we will still have times to smile with each other. It played a huge role in making me know that, okay, yes, sometimes I'll be like, are you people not going through what I'm going through? I'm not feeling what I'm feeling, but sometimes we would just smile, or we just laugh or make jokes. Those little things that were like, hi, there's something that maybe I don't know of, but there's something that's working. I won't lie, because how I am is not good, but I want to soak up what's going on. A lot of times when something is happening, if I don't have to really talk about it, if it's not something that I can provide solution to at that point in time, I just want to sit down and make reality of what it is. Because a lot of times you'd want to listen to encouragement, but unknowingly people start selling to you some things that you know that this is not what I wanted to hear. So it's better, but like I said, God just works in mysterious ways. That the pillar I held on to were the same people that I was going through the same thing with, because I felt that nobody
could
understand. And you people were in it. So, and for me, it was even encouraging, because you people were in it. Sometimes you people at some point in time were also going through something. Thanks to God, I didn't have any ailment last year. But those of you that were sick were still having cancer.
But you had this tremor.
It's true, sir. It's even this one that started
You were the one that started
it. It's true.
But that's the same thing. Everybody that goes through something actually forgets. Like, mommy is like, I was sick. I'm like, mommy, you can't remember when we were praying and we were crying?
It's true, I haven't forgot.
Yes.
It was last year.
I didn't call it short. What did she even call it?
What is that? This one? It's dimple now.
Your dimple.
So, honestly, it was the people around me that's family that took me out of it. I won't even I cried my eyes out last day. I was like, hi, who did something wrong, or what? did I do anything wrong? Because everybody was having something and I was the only one there. There were points in time where maybe people were not around in the house and it would just be us. And I'll be wondering people, like all of you are having something and nothing is happening to me. Is it God is trying to punish me for something that I did? Serious, so.
But then isn't it good? Nothing was going on.
Yeah, I knew. But like, I don't know if you see, like, if you check in the Bible, a lot of times when, like, this was his name that stole something.
Like this guy killed his whole family.
Yeah, all of them died. From when they stole something from Jerusalem. That his whole family got punished.
His
but
whole
before then, he didn't go to Ai to lose in the battle. People died because of him. So I was like, what did I do? I had to start thinking. It's like, no, but honestly, it's God that did it, because I don't know what will have happened.
What's one thing or a few things that you took from that you learned, positives? Because last year couldn't have all been bad. What are positives that you took from it that you can say, okay, I'll apply this, this is what I've learned, this is something significant that I can continue on with?
Okay, there are three.
Okay.
Number one is when I do have my family, when my family will serve the Lord. That's number one. Just like Joshua said, we would serve God. Number two is, I have a family, but we would also be close, because there are families that go through what we go through. People start subgroups, and that harmony is not there. But we still find time to laugh even in the midst of that. And then the last one was, if I have something to do, because we did it, I was always going to say, okay, we'll have some conversations about certain things, and I always kept postponing. I remember one time vividly, there was a time where the opportunity was perfect that we would have spoken, and I came up with an excuse, and if I had known, I wouldn't have. But now I know that if the opportunity comes, it's best you seize the opportunity, because you might never have it back. So those are the three things that stuck with me, and for a lifetime they would be with me.
Thank you for sharing that. Let me see. Oh.
Oh, you're saying, oh.
Because we're talking about the future. What kind of man do you want to be in the next 5 years? You should have done your masters, you should have started working, served.
Okay, 5 years. I don't think can happen. But in the next 5 years, like the mommy, always so funny. Mommy yesterday on the phone, no, day before yesterday on the phone said, in the next 5 years I should marry. I think I said 5 years is too much. I don't know why people are rushing me to go and marry. But
because you're a good man.
So, thank God. But I think I should have a steady flow of income and not just one. Then secondly, it's not really, I don't know how, but it's been on my heart to do something about evangelism. And so I don't know how it's going to be like, but I know that it's something that I want to be there, that should be happening by that time. And I should be looking to settle down. I'm not saying I'll marry you. I'm saying,
I mean, it's all left to you. When you're ready to marry, you'll marry. You are the man. So just bring me a very good sister. Alright, let me ask this first. Who are your male mentors in your life? And from your father, what are qualities that you see and you love and want to emulate?
Okay. My father can dress. So that's the first one. Timeless dressing. Dressing that if you wear in 1920 or you wear it today, you will still look fine. I think his composure and his ability to provide are the quality that I want to have, because coming from the period where he wasn't working, it was glaring that it was not his fault. He would have done things that would have, caused commotion, and at the end he would still win because he was still, but then
in the right.
Yeah, he was still in the right, but he has his own work with God, but he chose to let it die down, and God still did his thing for him. So I think his composure too is another thing, his provision. I don't think there's ever a time where I've needed something important that he hasn't gotten for me. If I tell him I need it and he has it, he'll give me. If he doesn't, he says, okay, wait. And once he says, I'm going to do it, he's going to
definitely
do it.
going to
if he says, I can't do it now, wait, then don't disturb him. He knows.
That's actually something I love. He's like, I promised you, why didn't you check? I told you, I sent you things. And I'm like, yes, sir.
And then I think how he relates to everybody. He's not really one to say, okay, I've been to here, I've amassed this level of, greatness, or I've done this. So before you see me, you must do so and so. It's simple. I've seen him relate with my friends. I've seen him relate with people who come to the house, and he's open. Yes, he has his walls too. Obviously, he's the father. He has to protect the house. But then he's open. And that's something I want to, in this day and age where everybody is trying to save self and say, okay, when somebody does something wrong to you, protect yourself and push them outside. It's good to do that, but then you have to draw the line. You have to put boundaries. Yeah, this is when I know when to send them away, or when I have to self-preserve. But with my dad, I think he has drawn the line well. He has set a bar that I need to exceed. So that's that.
Now you talked about your dad. I want to talk about your mom. What are qualities from her that you've learned from watching her be a mother, being a wife, being a sister? She's everywhere.
That woman, I love that woman so much. Yes. So number one, where do I ever start? She's very intentional. Mommy is very intentional. If she wants something, she's making her mind known. She knows, okay, if you did this, I'm going to call you out, and then we'll settle it then, and it's not coming up again. So that's that. Intentionality about being a mother. She's very intentional. When I was much younger, a lot of times when she was doing some things, I was thinking, okay, she's doing too much. But now that I understand that these are the too much that she's doing that I will remember, because if she was passive, it won't be in my memory, and I'll be struggling. Okay, what the mommy do? She's really involved in our lives.
Yes.
And one thing that I know is today, if I kill somebody, the first person I'm telling is my mother. She's in our hotel. Because no, I don't know. Because I don't think there's anything that she doesn't know that I've done. Either she will catch me because she has one kind of discernment that I don't understand, or I'll go and tell her by myself. So I think the first thing is being very intentional.
Don't kill anybody, Sha.
No, I'm not kill anybody. I'm just saying that's the level that I know. Even when I end somebody's life, I know that she's not going to throw me under the bus. Yes, I know that. There are a lot of things. I can't come up with them, but I know that she's very intentional in every field, being a sister, being a mother, being a wife. She's done it to the best that I've seen and I know of. She's a goal-getter. She sets goals and she wants to achieve them by any means possible. She makes her mind known, and it's something that I want to do or something I want to learn. If something is on my mind, let me let it out. It might make the... Sometimes we're together and then she sort of oh, mommy now. But
you'll be like,
your phone. You're not pressing anything, you're just pressing your phone.
Jesus.
Oh, why did you say this? But it's true. It might be awkward, but it's what has to be said.
Yes, and once she has said it, that's it. She will not keep it in her hand, but she's like, this person.
No.
I love you, mommy, for watching this.
Now you try pass. So yeah.
Okay, so you have good role models for being a husband, a father, a friend to who you are going to marry, and how you have good role models. I try to be a good role model sometimes. I might fail, but I'm human and I'm also navigating life. But I mean, we have done some serious things. Let me ask you some more questions. Just we have answered so many questions. Thank you so much. I want to ask more about school and stuff. Those ones are not very interesting. We'll do another one. So, what's your favorite song right now?
Yeah, bro. So I've been writing exams, so I've not really had time to listen to songs. But Sunday is always there.
Sunday.
Sunday, I don't have to study people with Sunday.
No.
You know. So I think that's been my number one song for the past 3 years, and it's more than everything by Sunday. There are very close songs that will come second by like this, but every single time when I've left the song for a while and I come back, the song always has a way to get to me. I can't start to explain what is in that song.
You put me on Sunday, and Paul Adeo, and Toby ahead.
Yeah.
So like now I listen to their music and they do good songs.
Another one.
Okay.
Another one.
Who was the one As Days Go By? That's Paul.
Yeah.
Okay. And what book changed you?
What book changed me?
Apart from the Holy Bible.
Okay, that's good to be answered. Yeah. Unfortunately, I didn't begin reading intentionally until maybe my 300 level. That was right before Didi passed. I could say the battlefield of the mind, which is very coincidental about what happened last month.
Yeah.
I didn't finish reading it, but from where I've read, I think it's by what's this lady? This lady that used to remind me of Joel Austin. Female. She has.
This lady, she's low cut.
Yes.
Joyce Meyer.
Yeah. The Battlefield of the Mind. Then the book by Richard Templar, Rules to Live. That one too was instructive. It wasn't like every page is a new rule.
Okay.
So the book had about 100 rules to live, and then that's rules to live by. So to tell you things that normal rules where people will tell you, okay, there's.
Oh yeah, I remember you were reading that.
Rules to live. Give you some rule that like a general consensus that I think people say, and then the misconception with it, and then he tell you a revised standard of that rule. There's not anyone coming to my mind now, but I know there are a lot that I have.
Who inspires you the most?
In a lot of fields in my life, I draw inspiration from different people. In school, when it comes to my academics, there are some friends around me that inspire me. Big shout out to Fortunatus, JFK, Chris, Thug Life, Anas, Isaac, and who else am I forgetting? I hope I'm not forgetting. I can't remember right now, but big ups to my friends. Yes, a lot of you, especially I have a lot of conversations with JFK and Fortune and Sammy too. So we have a lot of conversations together. Chris also, Kakashi, biggest shout out to Kakashi. Not the one Naruto. Yeah, but yeah, big shout out to them. But yeah, these are the 3 people that we have 4 of them that we have a lot of conversations with. And education-wise, career-wise, you inspire me. And career-wise, I have a large bank because I like doing a lot of things.
You guys see, but
I like doing a lot of things. You should just be easy with me. Today you can hear that I'm into this. Tomorrow I'm into this.
He's into coding. He's into Arabic school.
It's not here. You'll have seen me do it. It's not here.
How many seconds are you?
So I stopped for a while, but for now my best time is 40 seconds. It's still big, considering the amount of what these people are doing right now. You solve a 3x3 in 3 seconds.
If you let me try doing a big scoop 3 days, I will still not have
so it's under a minute. I'm sub 1 minute now. So
okay.
I want to break sub 30 seconds, but with time.
That's nice.
Yeah. Church, my religion-wise, my mother and my father do a good job, and she also career-wise, she's very business and even into tech and all of that, which is good. I draw inspiration from that too.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Thanks, I'm inspiring someone. Let's see. We talked about this, but what's one thing about your family that shaped you the most?
We are together. And Atari.
Tari.
Yeah, we're together. Yeah. Us in our house can just be together, and it's not as if it's choreographed, and it's not something. Maybe mommy and daddy are talking.
They will just
Mama,
say everybody start from it.
I'll come. Auntie go here to come. Next thing, we have started talking.
It's interesting.
I'm telling you. So it's just fun.
Okay. Coffee or tea?
I'll take tea.
I was about to ask you to start taking coffee when I asked the question.
Actually, I started because of that 3-1.
Okay.
So it's actually not bad, but I take tea. Yeah.
If you take it with hot chocolate. Or which one?
Hot chocolate.
Nice.
We are close. Before I didn't like coffee, but it's growing on me.
Nice. No. Okay. So I'm inviting you now to say something to someone that is listening to this and maybe going through a hard time, a tough time, going through. In fact, before I even say that, how did you decide to become computer science? Because I'm curious.
Oh,
Why
computer science. Okay.
Not computer engineering.
Yeah. At first, okay. Well, when I was young, if I see you doing something and I like it, I want to become that. I think that's why I still have a lot of hobbies. But then, yeah, well, because up till now, what's the name? Uncle Jeff in church used to laugh at me because I said I wanted to be a traffic warden. I wanted to be police.
You are my brother. My list was endless as well.
So I think for the longest time, from when I went to junior college, I wanted to get into architecture, and I was actually running with it. I couldn't draw, but I knew that architecture wasn't just drawing. I knew there was the math side and all of that. When I went to school, they gave us, when I went to SS1, we do TD, technical drawing. So they gave us one assignment, and I did badly. So the man now said, so we were a lot. So the man was pruning people from his class. And then he gave us 2 assignments. The first one I didn't do well. Then I now have the white TD drawing board, because there are 2. There's a wooden one and that white one. The man wanted that white one. Me, I didn't have the white one, only the wooden one. The man said, okay, yeah, that's it. Oh yeah, leave. You will not do TD again. So I went to geography. So it was TD or geography. So after then, because I actually like computers, but me was just to play game. But then it was intriguing, like, okay, what's happening question led to what happens behind the assets that you see on screen. I was like, oh, computers are actually fun. I was like, okay, let me stick to computer science. Then I went to code school in 2018 in Colab. It was fun because you have a blank canvas, you write letters, your compiler does everything, and then you see actual results on your screen, it was fun. That's why I stick with Frontend.
Okay, I was just about to ask you front end, back end, or full stack.
Oh, hey, the job market right now, I think for being a full stack developer, from what I've seen, unless it is not the compensations is not as much as front end or back end. If you focus on one, I might be wrong, but from what I've seen and from discussions on YouTube, they're like, okay, if you go to a job, you can do both. Then they'll try to like cut cost instead of paying more for both. They now pay only you, and then
you have your job load, then pay.
But I think if you're just trying to get gigs and stuff like that, I'll still advise that you have small knowledge on. If you focus on front end, have small knowledge on back end so that you can get gigs to get small money. But front end.
Okay.
But they used to laugh at us that we spend 1 week making bots. When
I try to do CSS code or any code, I just sit down here. I'm like, if one thing breaks, I'm like, I'm done. I don't want anything. I don't want.
It's fun now.
I'm done. But did I interrupt what you were saying before?
No.
But yes, now is your time to tell something to someone and you feel led to share for the person listening, like in case they're going through something that they feel like is the end of the world, or anything you're inspired to say.
Okay, you said inspired. Firstly, Arsenal is the best team in the world. Just saying, Messi is the GOAT. I'm just saying, yeah.
I'm surprised you didn't wear Arsenal jersey.
I didn't even think of it. You say inspired, that's why I just came to my mind. Those are the things on my mind now. Yeah, this too shall pass. Yeah, like Ecclesiastes says, there's time for everything. And the Bible says, do not be anxious about anything, but in everything, prayer, supplication, and thanksgiving, make your request known to God. The Bible also says if you ask for anything in His name, I believe it is yours. So I think those Bible verses also were very key in helping me last year. It's going to be difficult, and I can't understand the pain you're going through. I will never understand the pain you're going through, but I know that God is there. He is just like any other person. He has a personality too, and He listens, He loves, He cares for you. He's always there. He's ever present. He's omnipotent, so He has all the power in the world. And take everything that you're going through as, there's a lesson within it. There's something that He wants you to get. He's not making you suffer because He's a wicked God, or He doesn't love you, or you've hurt Him and He wants to get you back. He's not in the business of doing all that. He loves you enough. So just set your mind on the things of God. Be calm. He says, all you who are weary from carrying load, I would help you. I'm paraphrasing, but you're going through whatever you are, and He's here to lift the load from you. So just be patient. I know it might seem like, I can't go through this. Don't take any emotion-based actions that would have long-lasting effects, and whatever you're going through isn't worth your life. It's not worth taking another person's life. It's best that you go through it and then know that when you're out of it, you have a story to tell others that, okay, I went through this and it felt like the end of the world, but God helped me. And I would always say, He's there. He's always there. When you think He's not there, He's the closest. And when you're writing a test, the lecturer doesn't say anything, but when you're out, he gives you your revision, and you know the mistakes that you've made, and you don't make those mistakes again. So that's how God is with us. He loves us, and I wish the best for you. I know that you come through and keep winning. So
wow, thank you for that. So guys, thank you for joining us today, and I hope that you enjoyed our time together. Thank you for coming in.
Yeah.
Making time for us in your busy schedule. We're privileged. So guys, that's it for today. Remember to like, share, and subscribe.
Bye.
Bye.